Bulls Nation, today was an absolutely vital game for the Chicago Bulls, and I say that with every sense of the word. Today we had a game against the Miami Heat, and the Chicago Bulls in the second half of the game decided to step things up. After a very competitive game all night long, the Chicago Bulls reigned supreme within the third and fourth quarter. Not something we're accustomed to, but something that was absolutely necessary for the survival of our season. And again, I don't know people's just understand how vital this win was, but we're going to go through why I believe this game was one of the most vital games of the season, and also why the Chicago Bulls won, how well we played, also the positives and the negatives. Again, as usual, a game reaction against the Miami Heat. Let's talk about it in this video. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Aidan Sports Show, and welcome back to another video. Today, we've got a Chicago Bulls versus Miami Heat game reaction. The Chicago Bulls with an absolutely vital game, looking at the other teams' results that are in competition for that 10th and 9th seed. And overall, the Chicago Bulls had to win this game to keep their season alive and to make sure we do not fall away from the pack that ended up happening today. And thank goodness the Chicago Bulls, close game and all, competitive till the end, and we picked up a very big victory. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls. What are your thoughts on the game? Again, how important was this game, and just the vital way to play this game, and just, again, how vital was it towards our season and where we will finish. The scoreline for this game was 110-102. The Chicago Bulls, off of our last game in a defeat against the Miami Heat, picked up a solid victory against them in today's game. Again, a back-to-back. It's very difficult for teams to win two straight on the bounce. It's not easy at all. And the Chicago Bulls managed to find a way to win this game and prevent the Heat from going back-to-back against us. So that's a very good positive sign. And I thought the Chicago Bulls played very, very well today in many, many ways. The first thing, the rebounding was absolutely vital for the Chicago Bulls. In the end, we played very big today. We had Thaddeus Young play a lot of minutes. We had Larry Markkinen play a lot of minutes. We had, obviously, Daniel Tice playing a lot of minutes. Nikola Vucevic playing a lot of minutes. And just overall, we played very big in today's game. And I think that helped us into our advantage. I don't think the Miami Heat, again, it's one of those situations where if the Miami Heat are on defensively and they're playing good defensive basketball, it's going to be hard for the Chicago Bulls with that many big men. But if we're able to play the right offensive game and we're able to go into the post and kind of create our own mismatches, it would be difficult for the Miami Heat. And I think we played very well in that retrospect today. We created a lot of mismatches. We attacked the glass very, very heavily, and we benefited so much from that. And we attacked the paint as well. Our three-point game was not always going for the Chicago Bulls, and what we needed to do is attack the paint a lot more. In the end, the Miami Heat are a good team, but we needed to be versatile, and thankfully we were today. And we picked up a very good win against, my opinion, a very good team. And I really enjoyed the way that we played, and I do think going forward, this is the style of the brand of basketball we should be playing. This seems to be the right way to go. And again, we don't know when Zach LaVine's going to be returning. This, in my opinion, is a vital way to go for the Chicago Bulls. But I said this is a vital win. Why is this a vital win? One, obviously every win is vital for the Chicago Bulls. Simple as that. There is no more running. There is no more missed opportunities. Every opportunity now needs to be capitalized. Otherwise, we could very well be done for. So that is the first thing for it being vital. Every game right now going forward is absolutely vital for the Chicago Bulls. But there's more to it than that, and I'm sure you guys know that there's more to it than that. Look at the recent performances. Look at today's results in the NBA. Looking at the Washington Wizards, they lost their game today. Their 8-game or 7-game win streak got snapped by the San Antonio Spurs in overtime. So the Chicago Bulls now, with this win against the Miami Heat, has put themselves at a 1-game disadvantage instead of a 1.5-game disadvantage. I do believe we have a game to play as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, against them. We have an extra game. So that is very, very important. And if we do end up tying with the Washington Wizards for 10th spot, we will go through because we had that tiebreaker against them. We beat the Washington Wizards 2 times out of 3. Therefore, we have the advantage over them. And that goes the same with the Raptors, and that goes the same with the Pacers if they fall down too, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I definitely think that's the way that it works. So the Chicago Bulls has advantages on all these teams if we manage to just tie for this 10th spot. So this game was vital towards that as well. And not only that, the Toronto Raptors today beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, which again, for a short period of time, took them above us in the standings. And with this win, we are able to once again overtake them, and that is very important as well. Again, the Toronto Raptors are a team that can definitely fight for that 10th seed as well. They have a ridiculously hard schedule, as we do as well. So this game was also vital for the Toronto Raptors, sorry. So yeah, we managed to overtake them a little bit as well. So that is why this game was vital. Not just because we played well, not just because our season's on the line, but we had to make sure we did not fall away from the competition. We also had to make sure we could catch up to our competition as well. And those are two very important things. And again, we still have the Raptors to face later on in this season. The Pacers, I believe, still have to verse the Raptors and the Wizards as well. So these are very important games against teams that are versing each other as well. So we need to make sure that every single game that we have, difficult, easy, whatever, has to be a team that we take advantage of. And in today's game, we took advantage of the Miami Heat. We beat the Miami Heat in a very convincing fashion, but again, the fourth quarter was very strong for the Bulls, and we beat the Miami Heat. And that's exactly what I wanted to see, and thankfully, that's exactly what we saw. Now, just to go to the Miami Heat side of things, I'm going to be honest, I'm not impressed with the way the Miami Heat played today. And I usually like the Miami Heat. Again, I do like the Miami Heat. I know that's not a Bulls thing to say because we have a rivalry technically with the Miami Heat, but I've always liked the Miami Heat. My favorite player of all time is Dwayne Wade. So, of course, with that being said, you have to like the Miami Heat if you like D Wade. I think it's as simple as that. But I didn't like the way the Miami Heat played today. And the reason why is I don't think that going forward, again, they're going to be a team that's not even going to make the play-in tournament. They're going to be well and truly, I believe, in the playoff hunt. They don't need to worry about a play-in tournament in my eyes. But this is a game for the Miami Heat especially where you can't rely on 2 or 3 people only. Again, the Miami Heat have fantastic role players, have a team that could do a lot of things if they move the ball more. And this was a game where, again, Jimmy Butler had 33 points and 5 assists and 8 rebounds. Bam Adebayo had 23 points and 6 rebounds. And Trevor Ariza had 18 points. So those 3 did the bulk of the scoring. But there wasn't enough everywhere else for the Miami Heat. And I don't like how for around pretty much the entire second quarter and a little bit of the third quarter, it was just Jimmy and Bam, Jimmy and Bam, Jimmy and Bam. Because that's not going to get you the win down the line because eventually those guys have to go out of the game. They're not going to play 48 minutes. Both of them are not going to play 48 minutes. So as good as they both played, this was not a game for me where I thought that we were going to lose convincingly because I just thought no one else really stepped up to the plate outside of Trevor Ariza. And it's as simple as that in many ways. And that's very similar to how the Bulls played last time against them. It can't just be Nikola Vucevic and Kobe White. It needs to be a team effort, a solidarity in the team. And the Miami Heat didn't have that in their game, and I think that was the difference in the game as well. You could score 33 points and you can have 5 assists. You could be, obviously, the best player on the court. I really thought Jimmy Butler was. But if no one else is doing it for you, it's just simple as that. It can't be a 3-on-5 game for the Miami Heat and expect them to win. That's just a little bit of things I have to say about the Miami Heat. I personally didn't like how they played today. I'm just being honest about it, and that's truly how I felt. But for the Chicago Bulls, this was a little bit more balanced. This was a little bit more, I guess you could say, hard-working. Definitely a little bit more defensive as well compared to recent other games. But for the Chicago Bulls, I have to give a lot of praise to the ball movement. Again, we talked about the rebounding. Ball movement was vital. We still had a lot of turnovers, but we moved the ball very well for the Chicago Bulls. And I have to give credit to the bench. The bench was vital towards this game. There was one point in this where the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls bench was so far apart. It was around 20 points for the Bulls off the bench to Miami Heat's 4 points off of the bench. And I believe that was in the start of the third quarter, late second quarter type of situation. So again, the bench really stepped up for the Bulls as well. So I give full credit to the bench for the Chicago Bulls as well. Massive praise there. But let's go to the individual performers. We're going to start off with Daniel Theis, 23 points, 5 assists, 12 rebounds. This is one of Daniel Theis's better games, not only for the Bulls, but of his NBA career. And I enjoyed his game so much. I think it was absolutely vital towards this team. I really think Billy Donovan trusts him more than anybody on this team. The fact of the matter is, he was great defensively today. He was guarding perimeter guys. He was getting rim protection. He was absolutely vital towards this team defensively. And offensively, again, he crashed the boards. He got his playmaking in. He made some decent shots. But most importantly, he did the right things at the right time. He wasn't forcing anything. He's a team player, and today he needed to score, and he scored very well, and he did so many other things in today's game. Absolutely vital, and again, one of his better games of his career, and that's great to see considering he's playing for the Chicago Bulls, and he definitely deserves a lot of praise for today. Patrick Williams, 8 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. He didn't play too much today, only 22 minutes. I don't think this is a terrible game for Patrick Williams. Again, he's kind of stagnated around that 6 to 8 point game margin. So that's just the type of game that we see from him consistently for a long period of time. And again, this might not be the season for Patrick Williams where we're going to see the absolute best out of him, but I definitely think, once again, I say it all the time, he has the potential to be anything he wants to be, and that still hasn't changed. Nikola Vucevic, 24 points, 2 assists, 11 rebounds. Nikola Vucevic was very good offensively today. That's key. Defensively, he was not great, to be honest. There were a lot of times where Bam Adebayo, Dwayne Dedman, any real big man just ran past him for the majority of their points. And again, we all know Nikola Vucevic is not a great defender, so that's part of his game where I think at the age of 30, I don't think it's going to get too much better. It still can improve, but I don't think it's going to be drastically different. So that's what we're going to see a bunch from a lot of other centers. But offensively, elite. Made a lot of threes. And again, post fades, pick and pops, mid-ranges. It was absolutely vital towards the offensive end. And once again, another double-double. This guy is a double-double machine. And again, another game where he shows that. So it's good to see that he's still playing at a very good level for the Chicago Bulls. And again, his play is vital towards the Bulls winning and losing games. And I really think, once again today, he showed he's vital towards this team. Kobe White, 17 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Now, I have to give massive applause to Kobe White because he had to work hard today. He had to work harder than any player on the team because they were pressuring Kobe White. They were double teaming Kobe White. They were making it so difficult for Kobe White to do anything in the game. And again, when someone is being double teamed, when someone is being forced back, when someone's being pressed from the half court, it's very difficult to actually do something. And we saw even Garrett Temple for one play and he turned the ball over. Kobe White had to face that all game. And he got 17 points from free throws, from catch and shoots, other ways as well. Cuts to the basket, very good scoring wise. His playmaking, he got 6 assists to 3 turnovers. So again, it's still not great, but it's definitely better than what we've seen out of his last game. And he got 5 rebounds, and he played, in my opinion, some solid defense as well. So I have to give a massive applause to Kobe White because I really think that the way that they pressured him, I think he answered and responded very well. So I'm very happy with that. Garrett Temple, 10 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. A solid night scoring-wise for Garrett Temple. Again, he made some clutch shots, a good cut to the paint very late on to really help the Bulls win the game. Simple as that. There's not really too much to say in that retrospect. He was absolutely vital towards this game. And once again, he shows it how important he is to the team. Again, last game against the Miami Heat, he struggled. I don't think this is his best game, but I definitely think that he didn't struggle in this game. And he made the shots that he needed to make in the game. And I think he was part of the victory. Thaddeus Young, 10 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. Dude still can't get his triple-double. Very, very sad to see. But in the end, once again, off the bench was absolutely necessary and vital. He played a massive part. He got some and ones. He was back in the post today doing his thing. And he was facilitating very, very well. And he got a few plays, to be fair, where the player got fouled and he didn't necessarily score, like his pass to Patrick Williams. So I think really this could have been the game. He could have got it today, but he didn't get it in the end. But again, I think, especially at this point of the season, you would take the win over your triple-double any day. So I'm very sure Thaddeus Young is happy that his team got the victory. Larry Markkinen, 12 points, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds. Now, again, the scoring for Larry Markkinen was very key to the Chicago Bulls. He made some big shots in the fourth quarter, again, from the corner. I like that he was in the post today as well, and he tried very, very hard to be versatile. I guess the negatives for Larry Markkinen, 2 rebounds for a player of his size is, I don't think, very good. But he did make a vital playmaking play down the line. Again, in a very tough, very close fourth quarter situation. He made a very nice bounce pass to Daniel Tice for an and one. So again, he played his part in today's game. He played versatile. He cut to the basket. He made his threes. He got into the post. So I'm not complaining about Larry Markkinen's game offensively today. Again, I'd like to see more rebounds. I'd like to see a little bit more defense. In the end, he's coming off the bench, so I'm not going to say that he was dreadful. I'm not going to say he was bad, but he was definitely decent offensively, and that's all I could really say on the situation. Tomas Satoransky has 6 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Once again, Satoransky seems to be like a highlight type player these days. He gets some dunks these days, and he got a good chase down block in today's game as well. I did not expect that at all from Tomas Satoransky, to be honest. Let's be real, I did not expect that, but a very good defensive play, and overall a solid night for Satoransky. I think, again, he was one of those guys being pressured on the ball. The Miami Heat, I think, really tried to press our guards and tried to turn us over, and for the most part they turned us over. We got around 15-16 turnovers today, so they turned us over. But in the end, I thought Satoransky responded well to that, as did Kobe White, I wouldn't say Garrett Temple did. Again, he made a vital turnover in the fourth, but again, we answered the call in that retrospect. We kept our cool, and that was very key towards the win as well. I also want to say that it's not very rare you get to see Jimmy Butler miss a wide open layup. And I guess the lesson to learn here is don't always expect contact. Kobe White pulled the rug away, made sure he wasn't getting anywhere near that contact, basically gave Jimmy Butler the open layup, which again is bad defense in the end, but again, I guess Jimmy Butler wasn't expecting that, and at the end of the day, if you don't expect it, it threw you off, and it threw Jimmy Butler off. I just think that, again, you should not always be seeking contact. You should be just trying to finish the play. Maybe Jimmy Butler will improve in the next one with that retrospect. But again, Jimmy Butler was absolutely amazing today. And again, I love Jimmy Butler. So again, it sucks to see, but in the end, you take care of your own here. The Chicago Bulls needed to beat the Miami Heat, and we did. And that's all I'm going to say. Denzel Valentine also played. I don't know if Ryan Arcidiacono played, but Denzel played. He got 10 minutes, 0 points. I'm not going to pick a must improve for today because I just thought all the way around the ball movement, the way that we played offensively and defensively was key. And I'm not going to give it to Denzel because he just didn't play enough. I know he had 0 points, but he only played 10 minutes. And again, they were in spades of like 2 minutes each. So very difficult for someone to score like that. So I'm not going to give it to Denzel. But again, if you want to give it to Denzel, anybody out there, that's fair enough. You do you. I just don't feel like it's necessary to give anybody a must improve. I think everybody played their role today. Everybody played a part in the win. It was balanced. Everybody was alive. Everybody was scoring, moving, ball movement. One of the better ball movement games for the Bulls. Simple as that. No need for a must improve in my eyes. And the player of the game, I would be a fool not to give it to Daniel Tice. So I'm giving it to Daniel Tice. Definitely by far one of his better games of his entire NBA career, and he did it as a Chicago Bull. And again, he's had very few games here. He's only played a month or so with the Chicago Bulls, and he's putting up games like this. It goes to show that the Chicago Bulls have done a fantastic time in this, I guess, trade period where they got Daniel Tice. But now it's up to him, and it's up to the Bulls to keep Daniel Tice. I want Daniel Tice to stay here next season, and I hope he wants to stay as a Bull next season. Again, we're gonna have to wait and see, but I really hope the Chicago Bulls can pull that over the line because I think he's vital. I really do. I think defensively he's vital. I think offensively he plays a massive part. Simple as that. We need to keep him here as a Chicago Bull. And I think if we lose him, that's a big loss for this team. And I don't think we're going to be able to replace what he can bring to us. I'm very happy with his production, whether he's coming off the bench or starting. He's not the main guy. He's not going to be the guy that always drops 30, but he's definitely vital. And he's not a stats guy as well. He's not a guy where stats will mean if he had a good game or a bad game. For me, his effort, his quality defense, is key, and he played his part today very, very well. Congratulations to Daniel Tice. The Bulls' record is 26-35. I believe we still sit 11th in the East. We have caught up to the Wizards. We are one game behind them now. And also, we ended up ensuring that the Raptors didn't overtake us. So once again, vital win. And again, we need to look at the 9th seed. We need to look at even potentially the 8th seed as well. Teams that are potentially injured. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult, in my opinion, to catch up to those teams, but there's always a chance and there's always a glimmer. But the Chicago Bulls needed to take advantage of the Miami Heat. Again, they didn't have Tyler Hero today as well, but we needed to beat them. We needed to show that we could beat the Miami Heat. We could beat a team that is over 500 and a team that was playing well at the time with a 4-game win streak. So we did that, and we kept our season alive in the process as well, and that is the best part, and hopefully we can continue that going forward. But once again, it's not going to be easy. I said this in our last video. If you haven't checked out the Chicago Bulls Weekly, please do so. I said that in the last video. It's going to be very, very difficult these last few games towards the end of the season. We have very difficult teams, and it will not be easy for the Bulls. But we have to beat difficult teams now. That is the task put in front of us, and this was a good step in the right direction. The next game is against the New York Knicks. Now, the New York Knicks actually was on a 9-game win streak, and they lost today to the Phoenix Suns. So they'll be coming into the Bulls game wanting to pick up their win again. Of course, they want to continue winning. Again, they're in a very good position in the playoffs, and it's going to be a tough game. We played well against the New York Knicks both times against them, and we are 1-1 against them. We were no longer versus the Miami Heat, by the way. We lost that series 2-1, but a very good win in the end against Miami. And I think we can beat the New York Knicks. Now, again, they're obviously on a tremendous run of form. They lost to the Phoenix Suns today in a very close fashion as well. They're a good defensive team. I don't think there's any question there. It's going to be a very difficult game for the Bulls. And this is definitely a losable game as well. But I still think we have a chance to beat the New York Knicks. And sometimes those chances need to be taken. If we can come into that game against New York with our defensive mindset, and if we're able to score the ball, then it's going to be very hard for them as well. We can't put ourselves in the corner and expect us to play poorly. We need to fight every single game, and hopefully this will be another one where the Bulls fight. I think this game is vital. We're going to have to wait and see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful and safe day. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and let's go and try and save and try and get our season back on track. Take care and peace.